Espera poquita gente, pastor, que se meta y ya. How's everybody doing? Good evening to everyone. Good evening to everyone. We are live, everybody. We're live with Pastor Alberto of the shelter Agape, and it's quite disturbing, the story that he's about to tell us about the birth of the child of the 15-year-old minor and the conditions that the hospital was treating her. Also, the dependency of the government over here, mostly known as DEEF, that they're the ones in charge of minors over here in the state of Baja California and, in our country. They were just threatening this minor that if she, by any chance, gave an interview to any social media or mainstream media, that they were going to take away her child. Look at that. That is so unbelievable. We're live right here with Pastor Alberto. Pastor, thank you so much for, again, giving us your time. We wanted to talk to the child, or to the minor, but she is completely afraid of the threats of DEEF and the threats of the government. If she says something about what happened in her birth or the situations regarding her situation right now, they will take away her child. Am I correct with that?
Yes. Right now we have a problem. Basically, what happened is the same day that she was going to give birth, DEEF came here and told us that there's a new rules or regulations that we need to apply with, and any unaccompanied minor, I have to take down to the city judge, juez municipal, and when I take the child down to juez municipal, to the judge, municipal judge, he will give like a court order that DEEF will be in charge of the minor, and then DEEF will come and take the child by force. I told her that the dad was coming on his way. He's going to be 3 more days. Give me 3 more days. So they told me, okay, you have the summons. We're telling you what you should do. You use it to your discretion, but I'm just giving you this summons. Well, I talked to the child. I talked to the sister. I'm sorry, I have to take you, municipal judge, and turn you over to DEEF. Well, that same moment, she started feeling pain for the baby, so I had to take her as an emergency.
So at that moment, she started feeling pain to give birth.
Yes. When DEEF left,
wow.
I sat down with her. I'm sorry, it's out of my control. I have to abide by the law. What they're telling me, I have to take you to the judge, and he's going to give a court order that DEEF is going to take over, and well, that's what they're telling me, so I need to do that. Then all of a sudden she started feeling pain, and when she started feeling pain, I took her down to the hospital. We stood there about to 1 o'clock in the morning. They told her, you need to walk around. She was walking all over around. Then all of a sudden she was crying for too much pain. I talked over there to the nurse. They took her in, and when they took her in, a social worker comes and tells me I need to sign a document for the minor that they're going to put like a ship so she won't have babies for 5 years.
Oh my God.
So I told them, I'm not the dad. I'm a shelter. I don't have legal guardian over the child. I don't feel I have authority to sign, so you could put a ship on
let me interrupt you before we go there, Pastor. Do you think that will be a good solution to put something like that on her, or is just against her right? practically, because I know that she's a minor, but 5 years, that's a lot, don't you think?
Well, with me, you know, my argument is this: it's not my decision.
That's
That
correct.
decision is the child, or mom, or dad, or legal guardian.
And where is the mom and the dad of this child, of this minor, Pastor? Do you know?
Well, at that time, the dad was coming on his way down to Tijuana. He had immigration papers in Mexico, but every week you need to go sign down over there by Chiapas. You need to sign and everything so that you could come all the way to Tijuana. So he was fighting for this case for about 4 months. I talked to the United Nations for Human Rights. I talked to the embassy. I talked to DIV. I talked to different agencies, immigration, to please help us out so that the dad could be here, so he could be with her two childs that they have, and the child that's pregnant. That's the second one. So they were on that process, and precisely when she's about to give birth, that's when they give him permission to come all the way here. So he's on his way on the bus here. When I took her to the hospital, well, he wasn't here yet. So
Wow.
when I go down over there, I tell the social worker, I don't feel I have that right, but talk to the child. If you talk to the child, I agree with whatever the child makes, or talk to the parent and everything. So the social worker tells me she's a minor, underage. She has no right at all. She doesn't have no rights at all to make a decision like that. And if you want me to take care of her and everything, you need to sign.
Wow. So what was the decision on regarding that subject, Pastor?
Well, what I did, well, she was in labor pain and everything. I felt forced to sign. So I signed the document and I put whatever she decides, I agree. Then next morning, I had to leave her at 1 o'clock in the morning there, because they said, no, she needs to stay here. Okay, so I left her 1 o'clock in the morning. Early in the morning, I go to Human Rights and I tell her what happened. I said, I feel her rights are being violated. I'm a foreigner. I'm a stranger. I'm not a family member. I don't have legal custody over the
And you're
child.
taking responsibility for all this.
And the government is giving me authority over her body to put something in her body. I have that authority, but the child does not have that authority.
It's unbelievable.
So I think this is not right, that a foreigner, somebody that's not related to your own child, could sign so that they could do an operation on another child.
Exactly.
So Human Rights called la subprocuradora, that's DIV, the supervision of DIV, and they said, this wrong, what's happening? They called the hospital. La subprocuradora, they sent a social worker from DIV to prevent that from happening. When they went there, she had the baby close to 3 o'clock in the morning, and the ship was already placed there already.
Now, Pastor, she got pregnant in Tijuana?
No, she got pregnant somewhere like close to Shapa, around that place, when she was coming down here towards Mexico.
So, and it was in Mexico when she got pregnant.
Yeah, it's a Mexican.
Okay, now regarding this is a harsh question that I'm about to ask, Pastor, but it's a question that it has to be asked. Don't you think that she, in a way, got advised that if she was pregnant, she will be having more, chances or getting the political asylum?
For here, for Mexico?
Yes, and for the United States.
Oh no, well, on her case, I see it a little bit different. What happened? She's an underage kid. She has another sister that's 13, and she's coming on her way. They need food to eat, to take care of, and everything. And then someone comes, offers food, offers something for her, and everything, and
In exchange
becomes
for
friend and everything.
yeah.
And then all suddenly she becomes pregnant, and then she gets abandoned. So basically,
Horrible.
to try to protect. Basically, that's what my understanding, because she has no communication with that other person that's the dad of the child or anything.
Oh my God, horrible. So, after she gave birth, how was the birth process? I believe that it was not as comfortable as every birth process, Pastor.
But she had very low blood pressure and everything. She did not. She had not eaten that much because everything that she was eating was throwing up. So we had to get some fruits or something that had some sugar and everything to raise it up. Um, and but the birth came out pretty well. The problem came that after that, Deef came and told we made the complaint, and when we made the complaint, Deef went to her and told her, we put the ship on you, but we need to take it out. We need to take the ship away from you,
What?
and then because you have no rights, you had no right to
Oh
put
my
that.
God. So
And
they put the chip and now they want to take it out?
They wanted to take it out. Deef was giving the order
What
to
the
take it out
hell?
and said Pastor Albert does not have no authority to sign for them to put that. And you
Why it
have
was
no
put in the
authority.
first place then? Why they were asking you to sign it and you signed and now they want to take it out?
Well, the thing is, since I went down to human rights and everything, that's what they were saying. And then a doctor came and said, no, you have the right to make a decision. And we asked you, and you said, yeah, it's okay, and everything. You know, when somebody's about to give birth and everything, and they're talking to you and everything, and you say, well, I don't care, I just want to have the baby. No, but either way, she said it was okay for her for that to happen. But then Dave was saying, "Oh no, that was wrong. That you said it was okay.
What the-
we need to take it out."
Oh my God.
And then other doctors said, "No, you do have a right. We're not going to take it out." So we were in the middle. So while they were figuring out what's the legal process, if she has a right or does not have a right, La Procuraduría Dave put a restriction that I could visit her, the shelter could visit her, put a restriction that even the dad cannot visit her. The only one that could visit is La Subprocuradora from DIF,
Not even the dad?
not even the dad.
Why they take away the rights of the dad? First of all, where is the dad? Really? Pastor,
Well-
I'm asking a normal question, and I know that this is a question that probably you should ask yourself. Also, where is the dad? You know, number one, where is the mom? Also, bad parenting right there. One. Second of all, okay, the dad already appeared, but why they prohibit him? He's the dad. Why? Why the only the dependency of the government wants to be the only one in charge?
What happened is before the dad came, they prohibited the dad to visit. Before he came,
Wow.
so no one, and then they took. She could not communicate with no one, not with the shelter, not with the dad, no one at all. Everything was prohibited. I went there for a visit. When I went there for a visit, the social worker gave me a pass that I could go there. When I go see the nurse, he said, you cannot. They called the social worker, and there was a restriction on our shelter for me to go visit her, and everything. I asked why, and they're saying that now Deep want to take 100% control over the child and the baby that's born and everything.
So
And
the
no one
dad
else
doesn't
has
have no
right.
authorization over his own child.
No.
Oh my God.
But they were doing this because they wanted to. They're saying like that's an unfit dad because if she came in the caravan, she came by herself. We need to investigate.
It doesn't
the dad.
matter. It's the dad.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
But basically, that's what they're doing. So what we did is we did a protest, and when we started protesting and everything, like human rights. Wait a minute, her rights are being violated. What's going on and everything? She's out of communication. When we did the protest, that same day at 9:30 in the morning, the dad arrived. We picked them up. We were supporting the dad for the release of the child. Human Rights said, okay, we're going to release the child and everything. They went with us to the general hospital. When we went down to the general hospital, they said, yeah, we're going to release it. But Human Rights left. When Human Rights left, they said the dad is not visiting hours, so the dad cannot visit the child. Later on, they sat down with the dad, and they started investigating him. What kind of a dad is he, and everything. And that DEEF had already submitted some documents that only the state had authority over the child and everything, and no one else. So now they're investigating the dad. But basically, what happened is that undercover, in the meeting with the dad, there was a a reporter from AP, the Associated Press, that was there. He was listening to everything that was going on there.
Oh my God.
They wanted proof against the dad. They told her that she had no rights, that he did not have no rights because now is the.
So it was a
now is the
strategy
state.
to take away the child, probably.
Yes, and they did not want this to come out public to the news with the press and everything. They wanted to squash everything. There's a conflict of interest. The DIF has the interest to protect the child, but the state has an interest to protect the social worker and also the hospital. So there's a conflict of interest to protect the child and also protect the hospital with the social worker, which are government employees, part of the government. So DIF made a decision to protect the hospital, forget about the child.
Horrible.
Attack our organization, saying that it was my fault because I signed the document.
Wow.
I signed the document. Said that the dad is an unfit dad because she came on a caravan taking his rights and then trying to get the child to another shelter that the press and nobody has access to her.
Covering their own mistake, basically, and blaming it on somebody else. Now, Pastor, what happened after that? Like, what happened? There was a threat,
Yes.
and that is what I just told. You just told me. There was a threat from this organization to the child, to a minor. There was a threat.
Well, they released the parent at the end. They released the parent. First, there's something they call Seguro Popular that pays for the birth of the child. Okay, right there, they prohibited the Seguro Popular to pay the money to the hospital. They blocked it. So they talked to the dad, you need to get 5,500 pesos if you want the child. The reporter was there from AP. They call me, I go over there to take the money, and then they were like attacking the dad. The AP reporter, he couldn't take it no more. So he told them, okay, wait a minute, you guys are violating the law. What you mean? She has the insurance, Seguro Popular, and everything. This is violation of the law. You're investigating him like he's a criminal and everything. So all suddenly, the social worker, La Procuraduría, and the hospital tell them, who are you? Are you her legal representative or what? He said, I'm a reporter from the Associated Press.
Oh, no.
He said, you need to get out of here. You did not ask permission. You need a special permit to be here. And everything, and you took some pictures and some minors. This is against the law and everything. You get out of here. They kicked them out. They asked security. They kicked them out. When I go to pay the money, from there they called and they said you need to release the money for the city to pay for the birth of the child and everything. So when I go to pay the money's already paid for. They release it to the dad. Then all the press gets involved. She had already have a lot of interviews with the press and everything. And then today in the morning, she receives a phone call that she cannot give no more interviews, that the child cannot come out in camera and everything. And if she does anything like that, that they're going to come and take away the child from her.
Wow. So they actually made the threat focusing on if she gives interviews, they were going to take away the child.
Yes. But she had already made several interviews from a lot of press. I mean, all over and everything. But right now she's there and she said, "I'm scared. I'm an immigrant and everything. If I give an interview and everything, they could take away the child." Her dad is here. He's scared. He said, "Wait a minute. I just barely got my papers from here from Mexico. I'm afraid they probably take my papers away and I get deported and everything. I don't want no problem at all and everything." So everyone wants to.
No, Pastor, I won't. I'm not going to barge in for the dad. I'm not going to put my hands on the fire for the dad because I don't know what the family situations are in her status, but this guy just
Yeah.
basically left her child to be wandering around in a caravan where she got pregnant, and now all of a sudden he appears and he wants to act like, oh, I don't want to get in the mess. You know, the job of a parent is to get in the mess for your child, give your life for your child, and it doesn't matter if you got to go through hell for your child, you're gonna protect your child. So I'm not backing the dad up. Really, I'm not, Pastor. Now,
I'm just telling you the
yeah,
story, what's
I
happening.
know. Okay. And I know that you feel exactly the same way. I know that you feel exactly the same way because I know you're feeling. I know that you're a person that helps a lot, like you just did today. You're the only shelter that it was right there with this new tariff agreement that they're going to be deporting, irregular immigrants from their cases of asylum seeking, and by the thousands now they're going to be deporting. And now you're going to see who is the real people that they're working to help immigrants. Because we have seen fake lawyers, fake organizations, fake people that they're saying that they're contributing and they're are volunteering the word that they say, and we did not see nobody right there right now where there was more than 30 people with childs, and you were the only one right there. They took 8 people right now from that place to come and take them over here and to try to provide them with housing and try to help them to see if they can get away with, some kind of a sponsor so they can go back to their country.
Well, the thing is, the old program that there was, immigrants come here and anyone wants to get deported and everything. Okay, we could help them and channel them. Okay, you want to go back to your country? We could help them through immigration. They go back to their country and everything. Those that are waiting online, everything, we take them also. We don't make no exception, whatever decision that they have. But now, with these new rules and regulations and everything, the government's not going to help the shelters for those that want to go get deported back and everything. So we're going to have to keep them here and everything. So it's going to be a little bit more.
That's the number one problem, Pastor.
us.
Like, that agreement basically puts the city of Tijuana in a situation where economically we cannot help them. We have a lot of homeless people over here in Tijuana. Poverty is on a level that we are, 60 million in poverty in the whole country. Tijuana is the number one city in the world for violence. And now we're bringing, the deportations are going to be en masse of thousands. And we don't have, the capability of taking care of them. I know that you're looking for something. You're looking for something. You want me to wait?
Yeah, but I have there's
Go ahead.
We have a list, a big list. I think I probably have it in the car. That immigration comes. It gives me 25.
If you want to
people.
go get it, go ahead and get it. I'll wait for you, and I can explain right now
Sure.
to the feet right now
Sure,
what is going on and what is happening. Hi to everyone. I'm Oscar Blue. Apparently, the pastor is going to go get a list of people that they're supposed to be. They're the ones that they are listed to help. Wow, what a story, people. What a story. Unfortunate story. For me, this is the reality. Bad parenting, number one. Where are the dad and where is the mom? Call it a night. Number one. Second of all, it's understanding that these minors, they get trapped in this world of the caravan, that they promise them that they are going to be good, that they're going to offer them a better life, that they're going to pay for everything, and then they ask for sexual pleasure and they get pregnant. Now it can be understand on that way, and also they can be understand on this way, that they get pregnant on purpose because they are coached, that they are pregnant and they are bringing a child. They have more possibilities of getting the asylum. So ultimately it can go both ways. You can understand both ways, but this is the problem. This is the minor, and these are the problems that they sent. These countries, and not only these countries, my country has these problems of childs and bad parenting, that they are telling them, hey, it's okay. You're 15. You can go on the caravan and we don't care. You can do whatever you want. Go and search for a better life. But what the hell? She's only 15. And now the dad comes all the way up here, and the dad wants to be in charge now, and wants to be the great grandfather that she was expecting to be. And now that the problems are arriving, he's just saying, "Hey, you know what? I just got here. I don't want no problems." That is your child, man. You're supposed to be in the hell waters for your child, and it doesn't even matter where she's at. You know, if that depends on you getting deported and your child getting a better life, you get yourself in there and get yourself deported and get your child to the other side legally to get a better life, or bring your child all the way back to your country and take care of your child and be a responsible father. This is disgusting. Really, it is disgusting. It is awful how social services over here act, and how medical care here over here acts, hospitals act. And now, la está buscando, pastor.
Yeah.
Okay, so the pastor is looking for a list right now. Take your time, pastor. Is looking for a list of apparently immigration centers or something like that he's going to show us. It is unbelievable. This is so unbelievable what happens at this shelter, man. Pastor Alberto has some stories, man. Oh my God, he has some stories. And right now that we were alive at the border, that we are seeing how many are going to get deported by the thousands now, and nobody has an explanation of who's going to take care of them, and who is going to take care of them, first of all. And now, second of all, they don't have the possibility that they used to have before. That they don't have before they were deported. So here is the list that pastor wants to show us.
This is hi. This is a list from immigration. Mexican immigration comes and tells me I have 25 people, immigrants that were deported from the United States, and can you take them in? I said, yeah, take them. Yeah, I can. So they gave me this. Here are the names and everything, and they're the ages. The problem is that Mexican immigration gives me this list, but I have underage kids here.
Wow.
I have no way to find out which are unaccompanied with or which are with their families.
Wow.
Many times I suspect that it's an unaccompanied child because the names don't match with the adults.
Wow.
So when the names don't match with the adults, I ask, okay, why the name don't match? Oh, I'm with my uncle. I'm with my auntie.
And you got some of those right there, Pastor?
Yeah, well, this is from immigration. Immigration themselves, they give me these. They're the ones. Mexican immigration are the ones that give me all this list and everything and all these names. And when I get them,
can I get a copy of that?
Sure, yes. No problem.
Thank you.
When I get them, it's no. And then DEEF comes. Okay, I want you to turn in and to tell me which are the unaccompanied childs. I tell them, wait a minute, you need to coordinate with INAMI.
Exactly.
INAMI is giving them to me. I have no idea, no way to investigate. I'm not an investigation agency or something. INAMI should know which are unaccompanied minors. He should go to the state, to DEEF, and say, these are yours. Okay, these are going to go to the shelter because these are families and their accompanied child. But then DEEF comes here, and now they're telling me, okay, if you have unaccompanied child, they came here and they got all these names. And now they're trying to find out which are unaccompanied minors. And they want me to go down to the municipal police, a judge, so that the judge could give a court order for these minors to go back to DEEF.
Oh my God.
What does DEEF does? DEEF says, I don't have enough room for them.
What a mess.
The DEEF say, I don't have enough room with them. I don't know what to do with them. What does DEEF does? DEEF turns them into INAMI, to the immigration. It's a federal issue. What does they do? What they do, they deport some of these childs. Some they take them to a shelter called the YMCA. And then sometimes the INAMI gives them back to me.
Oh my God! So it's like a bowling ball. It goes back and forth, and you have unaccompanied children, going back and forth the whole time.
So yeah, that's all, what I'm saying is, okay, you guys need to sit down together, federal government with the state, with the shelters. We're having this problem. We need to find out, okay, how are we going to do it? I want INAMI that every time that the immigration agency gives me a child, or a company or not a company, I do not know. Now, the state is telling me, okay, why don't you, we could help you out so you could have unaccompanied minors and everything, so you could have your shelter of unaccompanied minors. I tell them, I do not want a shelter of just unaccompanied minors.
Of course not.
Because one of the problems is these childs are very independent. They're used to being independent. They're used to making their own decisions, and when they don't like something, bye bye, I have to go, hitch a ride, and everything. What's gonna happen if I have a shelter only of underage kids? Every day I'm gonna be with Dave. I'm gonna be with the government. Oh, this kid took off. Oh, he left everything because I'm gonna take responsibility. So I'm telling them I could take these child, I could report to you guys and everything, but it's very hard for me to take a responsibility like that.
And it's going to get worse, Pastor, because they don't have no control right now. As we saw, there were like 5 or 6 children. All of them, they were saying that is my dad. But we don't know actually if that is his dad. They can say that if that is his dad, but the kid has already been brainwashed to say that is my dad because he's the only one that is protecting, at the time. Now, it is going to be more complicated for you.
You're not going to believe me, Oscar. I had someone here that was deported back from the United States and had some child, was saying that the child was his. It came out that the child wasn't him.
Oh my God.
Because of the DNA. He got deported and he's in the child shelter.
The kid is right here?
Not the kid. The adult. And the United States kept the kid because that's not his child.
Wow. And the guy's right here?
Yeah.
Does he want to talk about it? I don't think so, huh?
No, he doesn't want to talk about it. But that's how bad the situation
is. My God.
He came over here. He don't know if he's going to get in trouble.
Do we have certain paperwork of that, Pastor? Do we have paperwork of him, regarding that?
Well, with him, I don't think he wants to go back for his next appointment for immigration.
They're not going to give him an asylum. He doesn't have no possibility. He already had that situation.
Not only that, if he goes back and everything, and there's proof that wasn't his child and everything. I mean, I think they could probably put charges against him.
Of course.
So I don't think on his right mind he's going to go back. But things like this do happen. I'm very upfront and everything. 98% of the people are very beautiful people that I get here, but I do have some kind of percentage like bad apples, like this man. I really don't feel that comfortable having him here at my shelter. But I said, okay, well, that happened to you and everything, and you're gonna go back to your country. Go back to your country, or you're gonna stay here. Okay, you could stay here, and some of the immigrants are been staying here, getting a job. And they've been starting to rent their own apartment and staying here in Tijuana. So we have all of this that's going on.
Oh my God, Pastor. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Really, thank you so much. Again, every time that I talk to you, it's something big. Your shelter is full of stories. Really, that's just amazing.
One thing, it's another. Each day here for us is like a drama. So I'm used to little dramas and everything. My biggest headache is the government. With the immigrants, I could handle and everything, but with government regulations, supervisions, human rights, everyone that comes here and everything, dealing with government officials, that's my biggest headache. But with immigrants, I could deal with that.
Well, Pastor, thank you so much.
Sure.
We'll take a little walk, and then I'll come back and talk to you in a little bit, okay?
Perfect.
Let's go take a little walk, everyone. Wow. Wow, that is just... Wow, people. Wow. Every day. Every day, amazing stories. How the government over here, wow. There's no explanation right now for myself. And there's no, I don't understand really. First of all, buenas tardes. First of all, we have a problem. We have a problem. The problem is that we got 7,946, and I've been pushing this problem since I started seeing that they were making fake families. And I knew this from like December, per se December, and starting for November. So I started with the caravans. I started seeing all this, and if you go back to my videos, you will see 7,946 that we know of. It's the child that we know of. It's really important, that word, that we know of. 7,946 February, 8,916 March, 11,507 May. Total of something like that, 28,368 or 69, or 60, I don't know. I'm really bad with math. So, it is a crisis regarding child trafficking. Of course it is. We got a 15-year-old right here that just had a baby, and a dependency of the government is threatening her as she opens up with social media, with mainstream media, whatever, news cast team, that they want to come and talk to her, that her child is going to be taken away because they don't want her to open her mouth about the whole chip situation that happened, that they put a chip in her without the authorization given and the process done correctly. Awful. Disgusting. Not only that, you get the father that comes over here, and now, the father all of a sudden wants to act like the great-grandfather, and the father knows around the problem that is happening, and now the father says, hey, you know what, I don't want to get into problems. I just got here, I just want to migrate. Get the hell out of here with that. That is your child. Get in there, defend your child, defend your grandchild, start acting as a parent. Start defending your child, start defending your grandchild, and it doesn't matter if you get deported, but defend your child and get deported with your child and with your grandchild and start taking care of your baby. Amazing. Parenting. Amazing. Amazing. Not only that, we don't even know what kind of situations these minors are being put through when they're coming into the South Door. This is part of the government of Mexico that is not taking care of this situation regarding how many minors are coming in and DNA testing on the Guatemala door. If they do the DNA testing on the Guatemala door, we will avoid all this child trafficking that is going on. And then the United States is taking the responsibility to do so now, to do the DNA testing. God bless the United States Customs, and God bless the Border Patrol, that they're the ones that they're taking, and ICE, that they're the ones that they're taking the responsibility to do DNA testing for all these fake parents that they're taking advantage of childs. That Mexico needs to start doing the responsibility of managing DNA testing on the South Door of Guatemala, so we can avoid these problems. A 15-year-old getting pregnant on the way up north, that it can be misunderstood as she got pregnant on purpose to create an anchor baby and cross, pregnant so that she will have better possibilities. Oh, she's 15. For God's sake, she's 15. And now, the other agenda is that she's probably, got pregnant because there was this guy that took advantage of her, of her being so young. And because she wanted to feel protected, she got amazing, unbelievable. And how the government is acting over here to implement a chip on a 15-year-old with 5 years to not get pregnant. Who are you, government? Who are you, government? There's a question right here. How do we know that is not true, Oscar? Well, if you're going to doubt everything that it's said and you're going to have your own conclusions, well, what am I doing over here? What am I doing over here if you're going to doubt everything that I say? I don't know. Do you want me to go and check, like, mentally go in the brain and be like, what purpose were you over here? Come on. I don't have that ability. I'm trying to get as much as information that I can, and there's only two options that I told you. She got pregnant on purpose, or she got pregnant accidentally. Now, we shouldn't have this problem. We shouldn't have this problem if we will do our job. The government of Mexico will do their job on doing documented, peacefully, and with the purpose. That she doesn't want to give an interview. For the people that are asking, she doesn't want to give an interview. She's afraid that if she does an interview, they are going to take her child away. And remember the threat that the pastor just told us, that they threatened her if she will give an interview. And I already asked, before I started doing the live feed, I already asked if she was available to talk. And she saw me. She knows who I am. I know who she is. And she's like, no, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. So it is a thing that it doesn't stop. It is a thing that it doesn't stop. Yes, birth control will be, I don't know if it is. I don't know how the women hormone system. I don't know. I don't know if that's the correct term. I'm sorry. I apologize if I'm using, the wrong terminology for the female system. But I don't know if birth control is the number one option. If it is, women know. If it is a good option for them to be, controlled, and to so the baby's still with the mom. Yes, if that is the number one option for them to not get pregnant, and at that age, if it is okay, well, I'm with it. Really, I am. But if that is going to affect her hormones in her immune system or whatever it is, I don't know. It needs to be analyzed. I don't know. Really, I don't know what is going on with like women and chips and all that stuff. I need to read about it. Women know. Reproductive system. Thank you so much, Michelle. There's a question right here. Corina, I tell you why I'm asking. I was a very young woman, believe my ex, but I work ironing shirts to feed my kids in the USA. That is a good option. If you're talking about, yes, I know that a lot of women, they have 2-3 jobs, single moms over here. Don't compare yourself to the situations of Mexico, please. I have told this thousands of times. Please, don't compare your country of the United States. Don't lower your standard to a third world class country. Really, you guys are although your system right now is not the way that it used to be, and your economy is not the way that it used to be, and your security is not the way that it used to be, it's way 300 million times better than where it is in Mexico and what it is over there. I'm not, justification. There's no justification for Central America coming like this and invading our sovereignty in Mexico and invading the United States. There's none. But don't compare. Don't compare, because you guys don't see what we see over here on a daily basis. Please don't compare. I'm not trying to feel like, oh my God, I'm secure. You don't see me claiming the asylum. You don't see me claiming the asylum. We're trying to live over here. We're trying to do the best that we can with our capabilities and our capacities. But this is so unfortunate. Wow. And this is so amazing. All the things that they're happening in all the situations, different situations, people. And every day is a story And every day is a story. I'm not going to argue with a particular bureau right here. Don't compare, really. Don't compare. Really, it doesn't compare. Everybody goes to different situations of life, and I understand. But your situation in life is your situation. But this is your situation, counted 1 million over here. So I really don't compare, really. For everybody to know, I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News. And I'm so sorry that you went through that situation. You're a great person. You're a great mother, and probably you have, you are a great human being, and you have overcome a lot of things in your life. And I congratulate you for that. And you're, a great woman. So congratulations for that. My hat, taps off for you, and God bless you, and God bless you in every minute and every hour and every moment. God bless you. So, it is really hard over here in my country to make it. It's really hard. It's because of corruption. It's because of our government. And it's been like that since I opened my eyes. You open your eyes to this country and you are exactly the same. But this is unbelievable, people. This is unbelievable. Incredible. And it doesn't justify, because we're having a bad time and we're having insecurity, moments, that this justifies for a person to migrate in this way to another country without asking permission and without all going to the front door. It doesn't justify that. Really, it doesn't. You go to the front door, you ask for help, you knock on the door, they open the door, you ask for help, and they give you your help. You don't go bum rush in a border, thousands by thousands. You don't open a gate, and then you rush the border in El Paso. You don't go at night by hundreds and cross a mountain. You go to the front door and you knock. And that's the way you ask for help. That's the way. But a lot of these people don't understand. And this is the kind of situations that we got right now, that migrants, like this young lady that is a minor, migrating at the age of 15, getting pregnant at the age of 15, with no responsibility whatsoever. She's 15, for God's sake. What do you expect that there's going to happen on the way alone, all the way from Guatemala to over here to the north, to the United States, to our border? What do you think is going to happen? So whose responsibility is it? Whose responsibility is it? Is the government of Mexico, because they're the ones that they signed the United Nations Pact, and they're the ones that they're not correcting this problem, and they're the ones that they are responsible for this problem. Fix it. You don't want a tariff for 5%, right? You don't want a tariff for 5%. You don't want Trump to close your borders. You don't want him to increase the tariff because it's going to affect you economically and jobs and the automobile industry, all that. You don't want it, right? Control this. Go to the south door, put the National Guard that you promised to do. You gave 45 days to do that. Go fix this problem. Fix it now. And then after you fix the problem, continue with it. It's not just fixing it, it's continue. Because if you want this back, you're not going to get out of it. We need security in our borders in the south in Mexico. God, I've been fighting to get out of this United Nations Pact because we're against it. But if we're not getting out of it, please put people to document. Please help the United States as they're being flooded, and do your DNA testing on the south door, please. Because the United States Customs and the Border Patrol, they had it. They don't have people. They're being pampered. They're pampering immigrants, and the medical field, taking care of them. The violent ones, guarding their doors, processing paperwork, when they should be on their borders working. So please, government of Mexico, now that I went to the Chaparral border, and that you told everybody that they're going to be deported and they're going to stay over here in Tijuana, and you were going to be responsible for finding them jobs, housing, and food, I want to see you at the border working. Let me see and let me hear, where are you going to get the money to do so? That's the number one thing. I want to know where you're going to get the money to do so. Because you want to be responsible. You want to avoid a tariff, right? You want to avoid a 5% increase, right? So you said, we're going to take care of them, Trump. Don't worry about it. As soon as I, it's a regular deportation, we're going to take care of them. I just saw that you're not taking care of them. I just saw that they were right there standing without nowhere to go. So where are they going to be wandering? The street? Come on. Really amazing. People, I'm live right here. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News. You can follow me at my Facebook page. This one, follow me. Click, click on the like button or click on the follow button. And thank you so much for every contribution. There's my PayPal on the bottom. Thank you so much. God bless everybody. God bless everybody in Tijuana. God bless everybody in Mexico. God bless the United States of America. I'm live right here again at the shelter Agape. We have done 2 segments. First of all, we went to the Chaparral border to document and do coverage of what is going on with the just deported, immigrants that just came from the United States. There were families there around the amount and the quantity of 30. They want to go back all the way to Honduras. They want to go back to Guatemala. They don't want to be here in Tijuana. So apparently the government of Mexico is not responsible for them to give them a safe return to their country. So they need to be here, work here, find a job, save money, and then go back. Who's going to do that? I don't know. They need to do it on themselves. There's no security. There's no police. There's nobody to check who's coming in into our country. It's really easy. Just deport. We don't know who's coming back. As it is, we don't know who's coming into the United States. As it is, we don't know who's coming in our south door in Guatemala and who's going out, or who's going through the whole country as he is going back or as he's going up. So it's a mess. It's a complete mess. And it's going to be a complete mess, and it's going to continue because nobody's taking care of the situation like they promised. If you sign a document and if you give a timing of 45 days, I expect things to start happening as now. Because this is a problem. Please, at every video that you guys see, I want you to do me a favor now. And every video that Anthony or Border Network News, the team or Border Network News, that is Anthony Agüero and right here Oscar Blue does, please, there's a guy from Homeland Security that I've been watching his videos. His name is Kevin McLennan, something like that. His name is Kevin McLennan. He's the Secretary of Homeland Security. Please find him and tag him. He's the one that gives the information to Congress. And please, Kevin, if you're listening to me. Okay, there it is. Kevin McLennan, something like that. Please, Kevin, if you're listening to me, I will be telling you every day if they're not doing their job. I'll be telling you every day that if they're doing their job or not. I'll be telling you every day if the situation with the child trafficking is being taken care of. I'll be telling you, man. We need to work together. I'm right here working for my city, for the city of Tijuana, and for my country. But also, ultimately, I protect also my neighbor that is the United States, that it has given us a lot. So, it's not stopping, Kevin. It's been a couple of days since the tariff document has been signed, but it seems that we're beginning to have situation after situation. And as you saw, you are doing your job on deporting them, Kev, but really, we're not doing our job over here, Mr. Kevin. We're not. We are not. And it's going to be a horrible situation because ultimately they're going to get desperate. And if they get desperate over here in our city, if they get desperate, Mr. Kevin, over here in our city, they're going to want to come back. And it's going to be a going back and forth situation. Back and forth situation, Mr. Kevin. So, have a great day, everybody. God bless everybody. God bless our Mexican nationalists that still defend our country, that we still have the blood of a Mexican, and we're still doing the best that we can over here. So God bless everybody. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News. Thank you, everybody. There's my PayPal on the bottom. Thank you so much. God bless you, really. God bless you, really. Thank you so much. And I will be live with you guys later on tonight to do, a late night feed in my studio. And we will do a translation of what AMLO said on the rally. We will do a translation of what AMLO said in the rally. It's going to be a long video because it's a 30-minute translation. So it's going to be a long video. But we're going to, kick it to the T to find out what happened and what he said for you guys to know, and what we just witnessed today, and see if he is working on his word and to keep his word, as he said that he was going to work on the same day that he signed the document. So God bless everybody. God bless, people of America and people of Mexico and Tijuana. I'm Oscar Blue for Water Network News. Peace and love, everybody. And always your country first. BNN.